Today is the 8th day of Kislev on the Jewish calendar. We're going to be reading a Torah portion of Vayetze this week. And where we left off last week was that Jacob was urged by his mother to leave home in Israel, to go off to her brother's family in Haran, in the area of Turkey, because his twin brother Esav wanted to kill him. So the scene opens in this week's Torah portion where he's on the way. He's left Beersheba, the family home, and he goes to sleep. It's actually, parenthetically, he goes to sleep on the Har HaMoriah, what we know today as the Temple Mount in today's geography. And there he has a dream. It's maybe somewhat a famous dream. He sees a ladder stretching from the earth to the heavens and angels going up and down. And then the Torah tells us, Scripture tells us that Jacob wakes up from the dream and he says, my gosh, this is obviously a special place. He's inspired. He gets a message of the dream and he makes a pledge to God. And Hasidic masters have juxtaposed this scene with one we're going to come across in a couple of weeks from now, not two, but a few weeks from now, where Pharaoh, in the saga of Joseph, Pharaoh has a dream, a message from God. And he wakes up, and the Scripture tells us he went back to sleep, had another dream. And Hasidic masters have shown the difference between personalities. That sometimes we're hit with life's inspiring messages, like God speaking to us through a dream. And there can be very varying responses. We can wake up from the sleepiness of life and say, oh my gosh, there's a message for me. There's God in my life. There's holiness in my life. There are things for me to do, and there's beauty to access. And pledge oneself, like Jacob pledged himself to God, pledge oneself to making more out of life. That's the Jacob profile. We have the Pharaoh profile is go back to sleep. And I think that's an important message for us all. We all get subtle messages, or not so subtle messages, in the course of our lives. Step one is to be open to those messages. And step two is to be open to acting on those messages. Not hearing, thinking, recognizing, and going back to sleep. God's helping us through our day by sending us messages. And our job, God does it lovingly. And our job is to act on those messages, because life is all about being who God created us to be. Being the best me, you, we can be. And it's not so easy sometimes because we lose focus. And God keeps sending us wake-up messages. Say, you can do better. Have a great, I was going to say woke day, but certainly alert to life's messages.